Hey guys, welcome to In the Genius Zone. I'm your host, Dr. Ravi Aviana, and I want to take just a minute and explain to you the goal of this podcast, or if you're watching on YouTube, the goal of the YouTube show, as well as what you can expect to learn if you tune in to our episodes. So, just a little bit of background. I have been in holistic healing for about 15 years now. I've been a full-time massage therapist pretty much that entire time. I am among the highest trained massage therapists internationally. I am trained in over 45 styles or so of massage and body work. And I also have over 22 sets of letters behind my name. I call us certification chasers, but a lot of holistic practitioners just never feel like they have enough pieces and they're stuck in this chasing education mode. And education is always wonderful. I'm a lifelong student. I will always continue to enroll with mentors and in masterminds and take online courses and things like that and pursue higher education because I believe in continuous development. But I also believe that somewhere along the line, we do have to start showing up and sharing our gifts, that we don't always need to continuously chase the next piece in the puzzle before we can help people with the amazing tools that we've gathered along the way. A lot of practitioners and professionals and experts in the health and transformation field have a lot of fear around showing up without all of the answers. And so the whole goal of this show is to highlight your genius zone. You don't have to have all of the answers. You have the answers for your area of focus, for the area where you create magic with your clients. And so that brings me into explaining how the flow of this show is going to work. Episode number 1 right now is our intro. And so episode 2 is where we have our first guest. Every even numbered episode will feature an expert in some area of health or transformation. I am so blessed to be part of a huge community. I directly know over 5,000 expert healers, transformation specialists, coaches, fitness experts. I'm very plugged into the world of health and healing and transformation and manifestation, right? We all want to manifest the life of our wildest dreams. So I'm surrounded by experts who focus on a lot of different niches in this world. And so every even numbered episode will feature one of these amazing experts talking about their genius zone, some of their clients' big wins. They're going to share with you. Every single episode will have tools and tips and tricks and hacks that you can take away right then and start applying to your own life and your own situation right away. So you can start getting results at home just from tuning into this show. All of the experts, let me back up a little bit. In the world of health and transformation, there's 2 main schools of thought or categories that practitioners fall into. The first is fear-based. We're all familiar with practitioners who it feels like they want to draw you into their cult. Like they really want you to just study with them, not really pursue anything else. It often costs a lot of money to work with them, and what you're receiving does not equal the investment. So you're getting less out of it while paying a really high premium. And a lot of times they want you to work with them for 12 months or longer. Not saying that every practitioner who has a 12-month program feels this way. It's not about the structure of how they're showing up. It's not about the price of the services. It's not about the price of the mastermind. It's about the value. What are you getting out of it? Because if you're paying a higher price than you're getting out of it value-wise, then it's a fear-based mentality from the expert side. However, the other school of thought, which myself and all of the experts that will be on this show, everyone that I'm connected to in the world of transformation, believes the opposite, right? We have a goal of getting you the most results in the least amount of time with a reasonable investment. You know, it might be affordable, it might be something considered expensive. It doesn't matter what the price point is, because the amount of value that's delivered is always higher than the price point. You always get more out of that experience than you invested. So they over deliver rather than under deliver. And they're not worried about sucking you in so they pay you for 10 years or longer. You know, they want to help you in the best way that they can in the least amount of time, because their ultimate goal is to help as many people as they can. So if they're working with someone for a long length of time and not really getting anywhere, they would rather send you to a professional who can help you, who might be a better fit, and move on to help someone that they can help. They don't, you know, the two schools of thought is the fear-based side is you're paying for very little result. And on this side of the coin, where all of the experts from this show are we all live in this camp over here, is yes, there's an investment because we want you to show up. We want you to care about your own results. And so once you show up, you're going to get more transformation than you expected to get. You're going to get more expansion in more ways, more connections, more resources. Like I said, it's all about under delivering and over delivering. And so the goal of having this show is to clear the noise, because it's an oversaturated market, right? There's thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who are coaches, who are healers, who are spiritual leaders, who are massage therapists, you know, like, so if you're a client, it can be very overwhelming to know where to start. Where do you even start looking for someone, let alone find someone who's qualified and resonates with you and able to have your highest goals in mind, not just filling up their pockets, right? And so that's what this is. The whole show is just a giant resource for you to listen to us talk, listen to experts talk about healing and transformation, and giving you tools and specific topics, helping you identify certain situations that you might not even realize that you're in, right? You might not even think you need help. And then one of our episodes resonates with you, and awesome, we have so many free tools. We're not on here just promoting our services. We're on here giving you tips you can walk away with, tools you can apply to your own life just by listening to these episodes. On top of that, a lot of our practitioners have free offerings. You can go listen to their podcast where they talk about everything in their niche. You can go, they have free downloads, free meditations, free resources that they have given you so that you can start getting your own results without even calling them. A lot of them even offer free consultation calls. So if you don't know if you need an expert or if you can do it on your own, you can use a free call to explain your situation and get an expert's opinion on how to move forward, or if they're the right person to move forward with to support you in reaching your goals as fast as possible in a way where your transformation actually lasts, right? We're not about getting you results that last for 2 days. No, you put in the work, you're going to get the transformation, and that transformation is going to stick with you for the rest of your life. And if you do fall back into old habits, it's not going to be a big deal because you have the tools now yourself to get yourself out of it. So that's the whole goal of this podcast, is to clear the noise, clear the clutter, and frankly, clear the bullshit that is saturating the health and transformation markets, so that 2021 can be the first year of many years to come where on an individual and collective level, we're healing and evolving faster, better, more efficiently, on a more whole, holistic level than ever before. So if you are going to participate on this journey with us, just welcome. Just know we are all so excited for you to be here. We are all so excited to share our tips, to share our magic. All of us have a goal of individual well-being and collective well-being. So we are so happy that you are giving us by listening to this show or watching the YouTube channel. You're giving us the opportunity to do what we love to do the most, and that's help other people in the ways that almost every single one of us, if not every single one of us, has done this ourselves. The reason that these people are experts in the way that they are is because they've lived it. Their own life had a situation or a trauma or a trigger event that caused them to dive really deep into healing in this way, paying attention, like learning the tips, learning the tools, putting them into practice, putting action behind the intention, and achieving long-term revolutionary transformation. And so that's all of the goals of all of the experts falls under the umbrella of that. And so thank you for joining us on this journey. Let me finish explaining how the episodes are going to go. So we covered episode number 1, that's this episode is the intro. Episodes 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on, we'll have our guest speakers. Episodes 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. will be me sharing my genius zone with you in a way that relates to whatever our previous guest was speaking about. So as an example, our episode number 2, very next episode, our guest is a master of nutrition and relationships and building relationships through food. She builds communities through food. And so episode 2 is all about her genius zone and how she makes that happen, and how, if you're interested in that, you can connect with her further. Episode 3 will be me sharing my genius zone, which is the secret anatomy of the lymphatic system and how it connects to every aspect of your life: physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual, sexual, hormonal, and reproductive. All of these things, lymphatic system rules them all. If the lymphatic system is out of balance, all of these things will suffer. If your lymphatic system is working for you, all of these areas fall into flow. You might still need other areas of assistance, don't get me wrong. It might not be the grand all fix all for every aspect of your life. But instead of having 50 different symptoms and 50 different approaches, you can have one approach that addresses all 50 symptoms and allows you to move forward from there with clarity, ease, grace, excitement, passion, health, mental clarity, emotional and energetic clarity, that just full being alignment where we really feel alive. That's our sweet spot in life, right? Life's not supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be uncomfortable and struggle all the time. Yes, those moments come up for us to work through and learn and grow, but that should not be a normal state of being. And it has become so normalized globally, but here a lot of us are based in the United States, and it's especially true in the United States. And so we're all just reaching out, trying to help as many people as we can. And that's what you can expect from our show, is we'll give you all of the tips that we can to put action into your own life. And then you can also learn about how the lymphatic system really does connect to every aspect of your life. And I'm not kidding. Some of my biggest successes with clients are mystery diseases, illnesses like autoimmune, MS, fibromyalgia, RA, rhabdo, lupus. These diseases that are invisible pain, not imaginary, invisible pain. And doctors don't know what to do. They say, we don't really know where this comes from. We don't really know what to tell you. Here's some medication. It doesn't usually get you very far. I've had their symptoms completely turn around in as little as 2 sessions. And so the body work that I do, I have a PhD in consciousness and evolution in human behavior. And I look at everything through the lens, the lymphatic lens, as how does this relate to more than just our body? Like, yes, I am a massage therapist. Yes, I've been a massage therapist for 15 years. But I'm not just looking at massage through the lens of the body, through the lens of a massage therapist. I'm looking at it through the lens of a PhD in consciousness and evolution. Like, how does this affect our ability to heal from trauma, to break undesired patterns, to reprogram our brain? You know, some of my biggest inspirations, Dr. Joe Dispenza is one of them. Like, we can literally rewire our brain and affect our physical well-being. And so I've applied all of this knowledge. You know, I've taken nutrition and hypnotherapy, and I'm a Reiki master teacher. But instead of doing all of these different kinds of services, I've brought all of those tools and skills to the table to really look at two things: the lymphatic system and our chakra system. And my goal is to help everyone understand that those two things are not separate. You know, a lot of people are familiar with the chakras. Some people are familiar with the lymphatic system. But what nobody else is talking about is that these two systems really are a married couple. You do not get one without the other. They are always, it's like yin and yang. There's never just one side of the coin. If your chakras are happy, it supports your lymphatic system. If your lymphatic system is happy, it supports your chakras. And vice versa. If there's chaos or trauma or stagnation, then, like, say you have a very stagnant lymphatic system. That's a very physical thing. Well, your energy system is now all of a sudden trying to, you know, water is one of the biggest communicators of energy. And so if the waters are dirty, the energetic impulses are going to become confused, misdirected, or start sending the wrong signals. And so by having your clean lymphatic system, all of a sudden, all of your energy work, all of your spiritual work, all of your connection into yourself, your heart healing, your reprogramming, your brain, your thoughts, your emotions, your habits, your patterns, doesn't matter really what your goal is in transformation or your approach. If your lymphatic system and chakras are supporting you, everything else is going to be significantly easier and effortless, honestly. And it can happen immediately. It doesn't have to be a long process. Once all your systems are aligned and going, it can just happen quantum leap style. And this is true with our body as well. Just as an example, I used to work a lot with chiropractors in chiropractic offices, and there were clients. I had one client in particular who went in 4 or 5 days a week to have their neck adjusted because it just wasn't holding, right? It didn't matter how many times the chiropractor put it back in. It would come out that night or when they were sleeping or whatever, and they were just constantly dealing with this misalignment. Well, I learned lymphatic drainage therapy, and I found a pocket of lymph trapped between the bones. And by draining that, now all of a sudden, so just to give you a visual, if there's this balloon, these are the vertebrae, and there's this pocket of lymph in the middle, it doesn't matter how many times the chiropractor was doing this to put the bones back, or I shouldn't say put the bones back, but to create alignment, because this pocket of fluid was there. But once we drain that pocket of fluid, now all of a sudden there's nothing keeping the bones angry. So now, bing, one adjustment, that client did not need to go back to the chiropractor for 6 months. So from 4 or 5 days a week, adjusting the same thing, to one lymphatic drainage session later, now their adjustment held for 6 months. It's amazing for athletes. It's amazing for sleep, for digestion, hormones. Some of my favorite clients to work with are women who have intense menstrual symptoms. We can clear all of that up in one session. Breast health, brain health, all of our organs, all of our hormones, all of our systems, our digestion, our sleep, our mood, all of these things. Lymph really governs all of them. It's like a dimmer switch for a light bulb. If health is the biggest, brightest light, if your lymphatic system is toxic and stagnant, you're just pulling that dimmer switch down. So your capacity to access health and evolution is dimmed. But if your lymphatic system is functioning, then all of a sudden that dimmer switch comes all the way up and you have now increased your overall capacity for success. And so the whole goal of this podcast is to, yes, share my genius zone and walk you through how all of these things happen. Each episode will be focused on something specific. So I could talk about lymph for over 25 years and not stop and not repeat myself. And these are things that nobody else is talking about. I'm paying attention to the lymphatic institutes. I'm paying attention to other lymphatic therapists. Nobody else is having these conversations. Nobody else is looking at lymph in this way. And I truly feel like it's my purpose, my mission, my overall goal to make what I know common knowledge worldwide. These secrets can truly transform our entire experience, our relationships, our finances, our business, everything. Would you have ever guessed that your lymphatic system, if you went and got a lymphatic massage, if it was done well, that your business and your finances would be improved by that? Like, that's amazing. Nobody else is talking about these things when it comes to lymphatic drainage therapy, when it comes to massage and body work. And so that is why my goal is to make all of this knowledge common knowledge. Because if you have the tools to increase your own success at home or by seeing the right professional, then imagine what's possible on a global scale. If everyone was aware of how to take care of their lymphatic system on their own, and when they needed support, who to go to and how to find the right person that's going to have their ultimate goal of health and functioning in mind. You know, we've all been to a doctor or heard of someone going to a doctor who says, yeah, you know, we'll try our best, but there's not really a lot we can do with this. You don't want those people on your team. You want people on your team who are going to have your ultimate highest goal in mind at the end and believe that it's possible. Like all of the experts that we'll have on the show, myself included, we all believe the body is designed to heal itself. The body is designed to function, to move, for energy movement. We are supposed to be in flow. Our bodies, our beings, our spirits, our souls, our minds, our energy, all of it is designed for motion and alignment. And so the body is never broken. Nothing is ever broken. It doesn't matter how intense the symptoms are. We're always just removing obstacles because our goal is not to fix you. Our goal is not that anything needs to be fixed. It's all about removing the obstacles that are preventing your own body from doing what it's made to do. It's just like a person running track. So if you imagine an athlete running, like a runner, and there's all of these hurdles that they have to jump over. Well, they're most likely going to trip and fall on their face if those hurdles are really close together, right? If we only have a couple hurdles, it might not be that big of a deal. But when we start having hurdle after hurdle after hurdle after hurdle, and there's no space to get our footing in between, then we trip and we fall and we experience chaos and injury and all of these things. And so by simply removing those hurdles, we're able to pick up speed, we're able to gain momentum, we're able to find a sense of efficiency with our body, our minds, our energies, our spirits. And really that's where life begins, right? Like that's the sweet spot where we're in our creative flow, where we have control over our emotions, our thoughts, where everything in life seems to be magnetically working in our favor. That's the goal where I think most people want to be, whether they use those words to describe it or not. They might not even be aware that that's what they want. They just feel a lacking or a longing that it's not there. And so all of our goals with the podcast and every expert that will be on the show, myself included, all of our goal is to help individuals heal in the quickest, most efficient, most impactful, long-term transformational way possible, so that as a collective, humanity can evolve to greater and greater heights. Like we love seeing people in their genius zone because We love seeing people being in creative mode. It's like Minecraft. Like, what can you create in your life by getting your energy right so that things do come to you, like law of attraction style? You're able to manifest your desires with little to no effort. Conscious action, yes. Intention, yes, but not effort, not struggle. And so, like I said, we're just all so excited to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to share everything that we know with you. We don't want you to have to pay us for every single nugget of information. We want you to join us at the table where we can all heal, where we can all be resolved of our childhood baggage, our emotional heartbreaks, you know, the chaos from romantic or sexual relationships. Like, we all want to see what happens to humanity when more people are able to truly live from their authentic self, without all of that weight, without all of those fears, without all of that baggage and trauma and pain. And we've all lived it. Like I said, a lot of us have had all kinds of abuse. We've been in all kinds of traumatic situations, and we understand, and we're compassionate to wherever you are in your journey, right? They're like, it's all about awareness and where do you want to go from here? And do you need help getting there? Because we're all on this path together, right? And we can't evolve while we're busy leaving people behind because we think that they don't deserve healing, or because they don't happen to have the same resources, so they weren't exposed to the same education, and so they don't know the same tools. Like, it's time to level the playing field, right? And so we can all play and be at the same table, be in the same game. And so we're just so grateful for the opportunity to create this space and this community with you and for you. And like, so we're all just here together. It's a totally safe space. You're always welcome to reach out to me via our website or our Instagram. You can find both of those. The domain is just inthegeniuszone.com, and it's the same for Instagram. So just at @inthegeniuszone. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out if you need some direction. I do encourage you to explore all of the resources. Like, I'm not just giving myself up as like, hey, I'm here to answer all of your questions. No, I would be swamped. I would be sitting on Instagram all day. I can't do that. Use the resources that we're providing and reach out to the professionals who are there to support you. Like I said, a lot of them have free consultations. If you have no idea where to go, yes, please send me a DM. If you want to be on the show, if you're an expert, yes, please send me a DM or use the link on the website so that you can join us and share your genius zone. Like, we just want to celebrate everyone here who has an authentic goal of helping individuals to help humanity. And so thank you. We're just, again, just so excited. And I will see you guys in episode 2. Mwah!